look for them.
They are starting
Okay,
off on attack
we
here.
got Sentinels on
Conversations
defense. We got
around
EG on attack.
what the defense looks like later, but for now, EG on the attack.
That's he in the raid yesterday, so we should appreciate you and enjoy you. Yeah, I told him, he was like, how are you a streamer when you don't like social media? I was like, well, it works.
Sweet time.
Well, what's the rush?
I mean,
Yeah, I
think one of the big things
don't
here
really
different
like
between the Jet versus like
doing
the
the whole
Neon
social
in these
media
double duels
stuff.
comps is you have less effective actual site execs. The Neon wall to set up your TPs.
FRT's fun though, man.
Be very good.
I like him a lot.
Exactly, to even catch up with your teammate on the Yoru is pretty
Aldo with the Prime, thank you so much for the 10 months, dude. Thank you for doing that.
Actually, that looks like Ye's Phoenix just going for a little pop flash fight into streets.
Yeah, lovely trades though. Big Jules and the rate. I was gonna say, he's just full of confidence. Just absolutely sends it. 2-person reaction.
John getting the first. Superman on the trade though, still feeling the walls closing in.
Bring around the Rosie.
Pushed around from pillar to post off the flash. The swing is there. Zekin gets another. 2v2 now. Nature's got 12 HP,
still did really good. Dude, these Jules are interesting. The reaction from Sentinels is pretty good.
Spike still has to be recovered, and Nature is so low.
Zelsis has a classic no armor.
15 seconds.
Can he hold the line? Zelsis in a 1vx situation. He might catch a timing here. Position now given away. He's going to have to push the pace on this. He's got Nature
No way.
up.
No way. There's no way he wins that. Oh, dude, Icy was just getting lower and lower with bullets.
Going for the low HP guy first and still able to best Icy in that second fight. The momentum, it just never fades. Zelsis is out of his seat.
Oh,
Classic.
boy.
Clean shots out from him, man.
That's tough.
Potter's facial expressions giving away.
Dude, I love the side-by-side replay.
You guys are
He was saying they're struggling. Is what he said. That S at the beginning was struggling.
That's so good.
Struggling, all 5 of you.
Dude, you don't got to run PR for him. Like, you said what he said. It's a massacre.
Listen, it's a family-friendly show, man.
Wow. And the thing is, right, narrate there, absolutely popping off. This is a guy that feeds so much, not just off his teammates' performances, but also his own performance, right? When he has a bad game, you know it. He rags on himself. But when he has a good game, like he just came up, like he played out of his mind on Haven.
Yeah,
Over 20 kills. Yeah, just unbelievable stuff. So he's riding that wave of emotions coming into the second one.
People are just too good with Outlaws, man.
I mean, think about
He just needs to shoot slower or something.
Right? Even just through this year.
I
Take
don't
you
know.
all the way back
1-2-5 and shoot slower.
And that scene, that shot
Then
that
it's in a better
was
spot.
very heavily discussed and shared around everywhere, where Nature was very obviously upset at his performance against Loud, and Kaplan was there to pick him up.
It's so hard to be good at. That's what I mean, though, Bacon.
Who was struggling backstage in tears with his own performance.
I wouldn't go that far, but can.
Has just been a wild difference.
He is feeling
now you're getting a little bit too
doubt
crazy.
Bacon
says it's so easy to be good at. It's because it's so hard to be good at.
Now EG,
Even I'm good with
bouncing
it.
back here in round 3.
That's when you know
See
he's
what they're
going to
able
step
to
too
do.
far. But I agree with the first
And
one.
really, my question is, how much are they going to play of like the slower style we saw in Pistol, where Ye is still playing kind of like that Phoenix, flashing himself into angles in street, versus running some execs, especially towards the A site. That can be pretty effective there, at getting past some of this Vise util.
Yeah, I don't know. Just need small nerf.
That's a whole lot of people.
1-2-5 will help.
And also,
And then I would do a time in between. I think it shoots too fast.
I think they're so far up, they're going to know what's on the other side of this. How much longer can Superman stay alive?
Oh, that util's nasty.
Yeah, there was no way out of that. He was cooked.
A
Well, guys, the
1-2-4,
spike
no
is
one
still in
uses
your
it. A
spawn.
1-2-4.
Like, EG can't even accelerate into A. There's already a Yoru teleporting backside. They've got to go back, pick up the spike over there. Now Sentinels are rotating more players in over here. It's a 4v5.
And they still haven't done with the Light Cecil. This is, these are tough scenes. But the one benefit is that EG do have the gun advantage.
Okay, but that's someone on 10 HP.
On to Zekin. Icy starting to come alive a little bit here. Zelsis is dancing around. The Flash is trying to stay alive. Cannot at the
Oh
hands
my
of
goodness,
Ye.
what's going on in this?
They're crumbling around him. The gun advantage in full display here.
Making me nervous on the anti-eco, but great fight forward from Icy and Ye. will still secure the round. Now actually flipping back towards Secret, even using the drone to spot out all these SEN players coming in. Solid post plant setup from Evil Geniuses here, and he's going to find 3 on the round. Even just getting towards that early dimensional drift is a big, big deal on the Yoru.
He's now 1 pip off of that for the next round.
An extra kill would be nice, yeah.
Narrate calling the save, cutting his losses, and living to fight another day.
Yep.
All right, I may have overreacted, Doug. I'd like to issue a formal apology.
Hilmy, thank you so much, Hilmy, with the tier 1. Thank you with the 23 months.
Right, there was still a ton of ice util. The rotations were already coming through. I
Sure.
think if it wasn't, if that was equal footing as far as guns go, I don't know that goes the way it did.
I do wonder if Sentinels are going to run more of these.
Think we'll see Yoru
active
nerfs?
looks. Like right there,
I think what they did
Oakard
to
makes
Yoru
him
is
in a
probably the
tough
most they'll
position.
do.
He's
They
getting
might
blasted away by
one
that
orb the
potato
ult.
util.
Like,
But, you can get
one up.
active into mid, into a main space as well. And if EG keeps
Sonya with the 2. Thank you so much. Does that mean...
hard for them to speed
we
up
made
into
it
the other
over?
side because of the Vise util.
Yes, it does. 6,000, holy.
Seeing a different look
Sonya,
at
appreciate the
Zelsis,
2
a lot of
gifted.
the util
Thank you
setup,
for that.
Pretty standard setup.
Ooh, it looked like Ye for a second was just going to have the shorty in play for the ult, but got a last second buy. Phantom tossed over to him.
I'll do the 200 extra after the map.
But they don't pursue. They just get the orb in Zekin's hands. Also one off of his.
I'll read through the
Very
donations in
early
a sec
Teo
as well.
used into art. I think because Sentinels showed a few players over into A, we're worried about losing that space because their Vise util is completely over towards
Is
the
Yoru
B
good for
side.
being Yoru? Is Yoru good because of Teo?
Such an easy round for Sen to play now. The main
it's
important thing for them
definitely
is
more
have
options.
control over the A
It
main
opens up
space.
more
They're
options
allowed to
because you
lose
use a
art
Teo,
control as
but
long as they don't
still
allow
good.
any pesky lurks coming down con. That's going to be John QT's job. to lock that
Grims
down with Teo.
_ Sky with the Prime. Thank you so much as well, bro. Appreciate you.
Understanding where the gaps may be. But Zelsis is the one who's feeling a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
you
pressure.
definitely got to stay alive because you're the one with the wall.
Gotta be a little careful from that position, especially with this 3-2 split coming in from EG now.
Manages to
Wait,
find
that's
safe
nice.
passage, though.
We have a Fawns lineup for here that goes into this corner so you can't peek.
Trying to dance around his utility and Zelsis he swings out at
Kinda
just
cool.
the right time. Spike now on the ground, the decay not connecting. As Zelsis falls.
Ooh,
Swing
yes.
will meet a similar fate at the hands of Ye. Can the captain for Sentinels bring this one back? Stun in hand. Waiting for the right time. Off the flash.
15 seconds on this plant.
Not committing to it. This is getting
Dude,
messy.
Ye's
He's
going
making
crazy.
do it on his own. 10 seconds left now. The ult popped. Committing to the spike because you don't really have a choice otherwise. And so look at how the defense has been split up. They've divided their attention.
No way, Ye took the TP.
It's all onto Icy with 29 HP.
Ah, it's so winnable though. Look at all the HPs.
Spike ticking away. They're starting to flush him out of the corner. They know exactly
Well,
where he is.
try to hype it
Zekin
up a
gets
little
3
bit.
as the round goes, the defense
It
again.
kind of was doable.
Good awareness there, popping the dimensional drift, wrapping around the other side. That clock was getting down so low. And this was a strange one because first of all, I think Zelsis making the choice to push out of that smoke, even trading 1-for-1 there, is a big deal for Sen.
Oh, it's huge.
There's just less players to guard that spike being planted.
Shifty,
Now all of a
they
sudden
just
Ye
won't
has
do
to
that.
plant the spike. He doesn't want to do that.
They won't
He
like
wants
go
to be
back on
fighting.
themselves.
He
They'll
already
just
done 3 on the round. He was in a spot where he
change
should
it so
have
it's a
been able to keep
good
going. You're
level.
right.
For sure.
I think Zelsis swinging off of that was also, it was Bang's util.
This round,
that
I mean, this
allowed
round was
them
kind of
to feel a
nice
little more
from
safe.
Yeah, you
EG
had
until
narrates util with the
like the
clock
overall
coming in
plan
that
was pretty
John
cool of
spams
the
through
split.
smoke
I
off
really
the
like
ping
this
to get a
this
kill.
lineup from this
All
corner
those little
to
details
go
adding up
back
for Sentinels.
for the pinch
The
because then no
village.
one, then you can actually like when you're stuck here, you
Feeling
can
good right now.
create so much pressure through the wall here.
Early drift
Ye
here
did do
to
a
spot
lot
out
though. Ye was the main
1-2
reason
players
this
in
only got
connector,
close.
Teleport into art, so full mid control gathered in terms of info, but it hasn't really forced Sentinels out
It's a
of the
weird
space now, actually
force buy
leading
for
4
EG
players
to be
into
honest.
A.
Double stinger.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit
Things are on
desperate.
site. They do have guns to fight back with though. This is a lighter eco, 2 stingers, but rifles around it. 4v4 on the site. Ye continues to light up the
Ye
kill
is
feed.
popping.
Ye so low. Any more bullets through this wall would take him down.
What is this flash? What are you doing there? Waiting for Nature to get further up. There's
Flash
the
with the
there's
tap,
swing.
go
Nature
through.
Strikes. Narrate dead. Zelsis and John left in a 2v4.
Celsius has the
2v4,
ultimate. He's gonna
Visal.
look to go. Spike still not planted.
Superman did not get tagged, so he had a
No
chance to
way.
fight,
Oh
but
my
that was
goodness, I
only
thought he
good
wasn't going to get that kill.
Zelsis again, a 1v2.
Dude, Derek's taking everyone down with a
The
classic.
second ult popped, and that's a round for EG.
Yeah, it's a little bit bold using the ult in the
Good little
2v4,
advert there
but
for
they
the
actually
EG
managed to do a good
Classic
amount of
coming out
damage.
of Derek.
Speaking
Couple
of
kills at the end of
damage,
the
like,
round.
because the armor
Both
rebuy,
Rises
armor
popping
rebuy in
the ulties.
3,
That
it'd
was
be
a
like
really nice
3
play. You called it
people
during
can't
the
buy
round, right?
next.
Ye flashing through
So this should
that
be
little
pretty
window from
important
behind
round.
Church. And that fight into backside from Nature, even with just a stinger in hand, it was that active look from EG that caught Sentinels off guard.
EG Classic Masterclass.
And it was actually just an advertisement.
Is this when we say
They traded the
bundle?
Vice ults, yeah.
Is that what we do here?
That's usually what.
Hey,
what
now
you
they do the same thing back. Double Stinger Force.
We've done our job.
Least committed pitch ever.
Icy pops the blades, has a short
Contact into Flash. Dude, EG. They got some new stuff on this map.
They're not trying to play around some of the orbs to get that ult online.
It's a little bit shocking. I'm honestly surprised with how slow EG are playing the rounds. They really think Sentinels are going to run some fight looks against them or
some funny business.
Or lose to boredom. You know, hey,
Or that.
EG haven't shown let's do something, but really it's just eating 40 seconds off the clock. Sentinels still have a good space from Zekken over in main.
Hey, they don't, yeah, what do they have? They have art.
I like Sen's idea of just like giving mid control always and just eating a minute off the clock every time.
Now you imagine they're going to speed up towards A. Bang and John has his ult.
Yeah, big retake ultis.
And they've got to know that this is where the hit's headed. I wonder if he pops it early here.
Narrate's going to need to find something.
30 seconds, the Tether is...
from
Oh my god,
Sentinels.
Tether into tail ult.
Oh
Oh god, all
They're
3.
trapped. They have nowhere to go.
Oh my god, this was beautiful.
Oh, the hands of John.
This was beautiful to watch.
And Zealous on the crunch, Ye's on the turn. Still a winnable situation for Evil Geniuses, despite all of that. Looked like a Michael Bay film.
One enemy remaining.
13 seconds
And
left.
we're
The spike
killing people through walls.
out of hands. Derek has to pull off this 1v3 on his own, and time is short. No way
Oh,
to get
this
through
was
that.
so nice. Oh my goodness.
Narrate just
Yeah,
finessed
Narrate
this
just
team.
owned
That
them with
was
that.
crazy.
Ever.
And we call it, I mean, we saw it coming.
The
Time
timing
was
of this
short.
is
He saw
incredible
it
as
his
well.
ult. As soon as that slug came out, it was, I mean, it was cooked.
Can we see it again, please? Here it comes. So early haunt, repositions, and then goes for this jump. Okay, yeah, the C's lands on minimap,
Dude, look at that season.
but that is crazy. And then he gets spam kill through this wall after that too.
A gorgeous display of utility there.
The Fade, yeah, the Fade Tether is... I mean, sorry, Fade Teo is
Into the next we
strong.
go. A light buy for the attacking side.
It's only
Two
really
stingers.
Sentinels and Foot that play it. Maybe there's another team,
Finally
but
time
I
to
can't
fight into
remember
this
the
space faster.
combos.
10
So
seconds, we already have what took us 60 in the last round.
Yeah, but not much more, to be honest.
Yeah, it's because Sentinels are always falling out of this space early.
Yeah.
Sort of inviting EG in and then bundling up backside A, making it a real chore for EG to actually get back in there.
Ult in the hands of Derek. Remember in the previous map, they invested 2 ults in an eco and it went horribly.
G2 did it last week. What map?
Do they choose to invest here?
Why can't I remember this?
Well, EG can just plant the spike and fall into art control. Because Sentinels don't have anyone really coming in through mid, this
On
makes
Pearl,
playing
same
the
map.
first plant relatively easy.
Yeah.
I think EG could actually look for some ults if Sentinels waste any more time.
Yeah, I think at this point they have an advantage. It doesn't feel as
Dude, all 3 of the teams using it on
blah
Pearl.
as it did before. Derek with the lighter in hand. Ult now popped. Narrate's gotten it to half.
Narrate
I
got-
don't
dude, he got
know if
out of
will
there.
survive. And
Got
they
half
fell out
and he
the
got
ledger
out of there.
already. It's gotten to half.
Yeah,
Now the
taps
top
again.
right behind it,
Astrosite
they
goes
can
in.
stick. The only
Can
person
just
who's
tap
able
it
to get
again now, and
is
it's done.
Derek. Now Superman getting a little
Ooh.
bit closer. Icy now
Okay, yeah.
falls. The investment again of the ult is not paying off.
Dude, it's so
and Super
nice,
doesn't
man.
even get a gun at the end of it too.
Dude, Narrate is just...
The ult from
He's the
Bang
guy at the moment.
was perfect.
Yeah. Hey, that's really all you can say there. Sentinels countered off, EG trying to play off-site with the tail ult themselves. And yeah, they've got plenty of stall, but I think if EG wanted to play that round, they also needed to throw their Astro Wall into the mix.
Or
Sort of cut down the sight lines when you've got the stingers, right?
Yeah, or fight in front of the wall. I think the wall, I mean, it had already gotten to half too.
I mean, it was a
They were
low
very well
bite.
set up. Evil Genius is back on a gun round.
Evil Geniuses basically always playing this A-art split, scouting it out early on, but they haven't found anything. I think things EG need to actually challenge is they need to deal with this player that's jumps peeking down here. Right now it's Narrate, but previously it's been Zelsis. They need to put more pressure on A to maybe even pull this Teho over so that they can get some kind of alert going down. Or you can just walk into a site and see if you want to fight.
Brother, there's so
Yeah,
much
it
utility
just
on
kind of
A.
feels rough using your
That's the thing though, because they see Zelsis A, that's actually
Dash
big news for EG, because
to
Zelsis has
not
been B-side
exec.
for the last 4 rounds in a row, I think.
And now they're rotating back, but it's not Zelsis who's there.
And that clone hasn't hit the
No
wall.
teleport setup from to dodge away with
It was
right now, but
close.
as soon as some present goes in, you'd expect
Okay,
him
well,
to throw
Zekin
that
gets
back.
early info
Yeah, you
here.
gotta know that the heat is coming.
Gets his
There it
TP.
is.
Does has ult if he
now
needs
set
to
We're down to
use
35
it.
seconds again, Doug. We still have Dimensional Drift to stall. Narrate can throw out the ultimate to
30
stop
seconds
them from
left.
He
getting
could
onto the
definitely
site.
ult and get info here if he wanted.
How long are we going to take, EG?
Okay, we're not going to use
It's the
that
first
anymore.
bit of
Beto
delay.
looks good to hit 4 at the
You were
moment.
mentioning the
Oh,
Nightfall
dude,
now for
yay, just flash
Narrate's
center
staying
back
alive. They've gotten a lot of
elbow.
control of the site, though. Nature's in a very good spot to play spoiler. Meanwhile, Ye's joining in on the fun. John not
Dude,
able to
yay
settle
is
shots
like
in
one of the
3
only
for
reasons they
duelist.
win rounds, I feel like.
And again, better late than never. Just in the nick of time, they
Looks
managed
like
to
he's
get
adding the
spike down.
second on.
These round wins, though, it's always kind of Ye finding just
Yeah,
3
it
on
really
the late
is.
entry.
Yeah.
And hey, if he can keep finding those, that's going to be great news for EG.
But what happens when he can't?
That is the question.
I mean, he's been very good. He's been the only real thing to speak of for Evil Geniuses. And if he keeps hitting, then sure, he keeps hitting, and they're going to be able to play around it. But that's a large if.
Well, I think the hope now for EG should be, well, maybe they can start cycling
Back
their
on the
ults
draw
together.
list, yeah, back on
Get
the
some of
comfort.
these more exec looks working for themselves.
It's been a
This
while.
slow play, I mean, if Potter's going to call a timeout, you'd expect them to deal with how Sentinels have been playing so passively in a much different way. But now Ye's got Dimensional Drift, you've got the Astro Wall too, so that can
Surprised that
really
EG
simplify
didn't
the
run
rounds.
the
Often just
chamber.
turn it into post-plant situations.
Yeah, I
That
can't
dude, he
imagine
didn't even.
they-
I thought he
on how they
flashed
wanna
this.
approach
Didn't even
this.
flash this.
At least on the attacking side.
They I mean, EG with the original. If you're looking at just Potter, they were the original users.
One round at a time, baby. You hear how quiet they are right now? You hear how quiet they are? Let's get this shit up.
They were the original
Poke the bear.
users of the
Unleash to the
Yoru
beast.
jet. The support Yoru.
Sentinels are going to fight for mid-space. Look at this. Doubled up in art, doubled up in street. Because it's been so many passive looks now trying to catch EG off guard.
Zekin's ready with a flash, and you've got Narrate who's calling the go.
Yeah, Narrate will see the first player. Then you pop
Contact
the flash,
flash
then maybe
swing.
double walk out of street too.
Yeah, it's going to be a crunch across the middle of the map. There's going to be a lot here on Nature to hold the flat out from double doors.
Ooh, maybe EG read this though, with the drone in A main spotting nothing.
Or they just take the fight out. I like that. The flash to Salvo's through, kills traded. But Nature somehow, we called him. He's going to have to be the one to deal with a lot of the aggression, and he does.
Sentinels now tripled up in street. A side open, B side open. But EG still have to find their way through this. Supa, the great kill for Evil Geniuses.
Doubled up, tripled up. Brother, what? How does, I mean, he handles that beautifully.
I think even in some losses for EG, Nature has been very calm. Whether it's post-plant situations, when there's a lot of attention being
They
thrown
would
his way on
love
the
to
defensive side.
love to keep
Guy,
everyone
step up
alive
more
on this
often than
one.
In a year where
They all
EG
play
have
off
been
site.
kinda struggling to find that
Got
consistent
Derek
performer.
with salvos. Got Superman with a star.
They may have found it.
I have to tap this
Two
early
ring
from
members
Celsius.
on the side of Sentinels. Are they going to make a run at this? I mean, you've got the salvos you have to deal with.
Just the delay is so long.
I don't really see a way in.
Yeah, Sen's money isn't too hot either.
No.
You're definitely going to want to keep these guns alive. Taking them out of EG's hands not so meaningful when you look at the numbers on the screen. So a very good round from EG. They answer, and you think about it, how many times, okay, well, Nature's going to fall down.
It's so
Think about how many
desperate.
times EG slow played mid and didn't end up finding anything because Sentinels were playing so passively. Finally, they're actually rewarded for that. Maybe see a little bit more of the method to it for EG.
How'd you say it earlier?
So I like this
Losing to
EG wall.
boredom?
Yeah,
The one
you
here
to go.
that
Yeah,
they've
you
been
sort of
doing.
bore yourself to death.
I wonder if
Yeah,
it's
It's like,
just
let's make a
for
pick. I was like,
Sentinels or
why
if
did
it's
we
just like
fight the
a.
mid?
Yeah,
If
They're
that's
they're
their thing the
losing
whole
the clock
time.
every round. What are we doing? No, I honestly, I don't
I
mind
think
the look
it's
from
just a thing for
Sentinels, right? After so
Sentinels,
many
but I'm
rounds
not
doing the
entirely
same
sure.
thing, mixing it up,
Because the
especially
seconds
when it's
over
like on a
towards
trap play
him
like
might
that,
have
you're
an
not
Outlaw and an op, and you would
overplaying
never
your hand.
overstep
Although,
the other one
you
on
did
B, maybe,
notice,
I
right,
guess.
that drone goes into A main after 40 seconds, and Sentinels
I'm
do
not
overfight.
entirely
It no
sure.
longer was the trap play, and that's where EG's good anti-protocols were put in place. How'd Kubert get from up here to back in the room with Cap?
I was casting with him at the beginning of the map. I don't really know.
Do you think Kubert could be cheating? Because like, if he's watching from up here, he can see like what EG are doing every round, and then he can go back into the back room and give Cap that information. That's got to be a problem, Doug.
I think Kubert's much more concerned with being like a mental health, like a comfort help right
What
now.
do you think
Cap
about
was clutching onto his
Hail
dude
missiles
again.
doing the
I
same
mean,
amount
look,
of damage, but
you pet the Kubert, and all of a sudden
lasting a
couple of
shorter
round
time?
losses, you feel better if you're the
maybe
coach.
then they're harder to
But
dodge.
I feel like
I
you're
get your
discounting
thought
the
process. You don't want
brain
him to
behind
delay the
Kubert.
afterplant
He's
and
got a big
stuff,
head.
but
Okay,
then
well,
just
let's-
means that
all right.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
then just means it's
To
doing
be
more
clear,
damage in a shorter amount of time, which means it's
now
better
you're
everywhere
upsetting
else.
There's a lot of gray matter in there.
Look at what you've done. All right, what is the adjustment here?
Timeout makes a lot of
Sentinels
sense for
light armor and then
Sentinels.
a regen
It's a
armor on
good start, but
Celsius.
it's starting to get a little bit rough.
But they're investing into
I
this.
say rough, it's starting to get close.
Supa's not going to play in the corner again, right?
No, surely not. Right. Okay.
Well, this forces EG to accelerate into the site because Sentinels have a big flank working.
Oh,
Yay?
Narrate. Clotheslines him.
And Ye just didn't have his gun out. The knife was primed. Now Zels is ratting inside of the smoke, can't get the job done.
I see there.
Oh.
Strike again.
Whoa.
Narrate.
What the hell is
What
What's
in
the
the
fourth
world
kill
was
there?
that?
What is that fourth one? He's just having one of those games where
That's just
everything's
not
going
okay.
right.
The fact that he didn't leave his seat is more concerning than anything else. I mean, that response was cold.
The first kill is silly.
Sure,
You got
sure.
2 kills and then,
Oh
yeah,
my.
I see 2 bullets come at me through the smoke.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
What was he doing with his hand there? One can only wonder.
7 and 5 for him. They're gonna
Another quick fight.
Yeah, they're going to try to continue to fight for this A main space, and EG have done a... Oh, he's back behind the pillar again.
This time it's only one guy running at him.
Surely you don't die the third time here, right?
Might not even
I mean,
come
they
into
could
play
keep it
seconds, but
simple.
A little bit more reserved than previous.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But if Prius misses that kill, we're going to have a problem.
Definitely keep
Can't
this
call
one
him out before
simple
it
of
even happens.
some kind of ult.
Give the man a chance.
A lot of A main pressure here from the attack. There's no art lurk or anything like that.
Okay, but
dropped
they
the cosmic
ult
divide.
before they
Set it up in front of
Visal.
the wall, though.
It's just
Wait, they don't Visal and they just send it out?
Fall. Bang on the swing.
Oh my
gets
god, the
this
timing was
one,
crazy.
but that's all it's going to be. Left to fight with lighter weaponry, and he cannot convert. Nature gets
They
this
kind of
one
just
down.
use Icy as a human drone now.
Superman's so far away from the fight, though. He's all the way back in their spawn.
Yeah. He concerned about a mid lurk, I guess. This fight here is big. Oh, Nature turned at just the wrong time.
Yeah, and
all of a
Zalsis
sudden,
is like, why is this guy
What
not
looked
even
like
facing
an
here?
impossible way to work back into
Dude,
the
how's
site is
Narrate survive in these
pick up a gaping
situations?
wound.
Pulling them in.
And Sentinels are pressing it. They're making it hurt. Superman is going to arrive over at the site, but it's going to be too little too late.
Oh, they're all looking the wrong way, though.
Doable.
He's gotten it to half. Now they know where he is. Position betrayed. Time is short. The defuse comes through.
Just
Sentinels
full.
get to
I love
7.
the Zekans had full trusting in here as well. The big
Even
shot.
when the round looks like it might be going EG's way, right? The anchors from Sentinels not finding so many kills. It doesn't matter. All the breaks just went Sen's way, whether it's that fight into Art where guys looking the wrong way, turns away, right when that swing comes in.
Bang getting one, pushing ahead of the ult.
Man.
Enemy remaining.
And just solid in this post plant. Trying to spot out where that Astro is going to be coming in.
It's a second timeout called from Potter again into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, it's just
Really think we need it for one round, huh?
Yeah, apparently so.
The money's not good. It's 4 light armors for EG, 3 bulldog or guardians actually.
And I think the bigger thing for me is no ults.
No ults.
So it's not like you've got like, okay, we've got a plan. We're gonna chain util, we're gonna chain ults, and we're gonna secure the 5th round and keep it competitive at halftime.
Give Teo the sky treatment. That is actually true.
Got a nightfall, so big, heavy-hitting retake ultimate.
It does refreshes
Usually
down.
what that means when you're attacking is you want to play slower rounds, you want to make it more disruptive. You don't want to go into a 5-on-5 retake, right? You want to try and whittle down the numbers earlier, but the way Sentinels have been playing so many rounds, if you play that style, then you're getting stalled out on your hit by those ultimates because Sentinels just aren't giving any opportunities for EG to have fair early fights.
All right, reminiscent of the tether.
What's Potts' story? Where did she come from before?
Exactly.
She was a pro CS player.
Right. I mean, even in that last
and
round,
then
hit a tether that there was
went
one more
into
guy on
broadcast
site.
stuff, and
Everyone
I
in A is dying.
think this is her first coaching. She played Valorant at the beginning. She played on EG when they did a mixed roster. I want to say this is her first coaching. And I don't think she coached in CS.
Christy, this looks very similar to the other rounds on the other side of this timeout from the attack.
Well, I like that EG are pushing past this util now, but they're doubled up in art. Oh, this is such a great setup for Sentinels.
High-low.
Beautiful.
Nature left with a brutal headache.
They show the presence in A main to pull EG into their stack in art. Now they've got a Nightfall still and the numbers.
Trigger discipline. Not pulling it there.
And look at how Sentinels retreat as well, right? They go all the way out here after they showed an A main at the start of the round. Because again, they have the ultimates. So they can give A site. They can allow EG to plant spike. It doesn't actually matter. There's no way EG, outside of some monster performances, can actually survive against these ults.
And the only monster on EG who's been alive in the server's dead.
They've needed Ye to find the openers, but Nature has had some highlight moments as well.
I mean, they get over towards site, but Sentinels have been fine with that the whole time.
Going on the hunt with only 28 HP to his name.
Playing in the smoke. There's a Nightfall.
Fade, ult goes in, but no one really.
They try to spam through it, I guess, maybe connect onto a kill, and that's exactly what happens. Icy falls, 3 left on the side of the attack. Yeah, they've gotten the spike down, but this does not look like it's getting any better for Evil Geniuses. As Sentinels are in full control. Keep a close eye on the minimap, though. Superman's going to be on this very late flank.
But no one's got guns!
And yeah, you're right. He's going to get tagged by the ult. Yes, he gets
oh my
his
God.
kill on the narrate. What's going on there?
He's waiting for his gun. He's trying to stall as long as possible and have this insanely quick timing. 1 kill is all he can manage, though.
3v3. Spike has been ticking for a little while here. We're getting down to crunch time.
Time's really low. Oh.
Now the Cosmic Divide.
Do they even have time in this?
Time on this. They're going to have to fight this. Derek can fight ahead of it. Second's got to stick it all the way!
Okay, they managed to steal a round at the end. Dude, what a wild round this was the whole time.
Super will keep EG in it going into the half. Only 2 rounds to separate
Nature,
them.
no, this is a big play from him. Low HP, smoke goes down. Feels like he can take a timing. Good trigger discipline.
All of that space. I mean, they walked through it, and then to have to go, wait a second, there's someone behind us?
Everyone's head just swivel on a dime.
Absolutely. Sorry, swivel on a dime.
Swivel on a dime.
Head on a swivel.
Head on a swivel, swivel on a dime.
Turn on a dime.
Quiet, Doug.
Brother.
We're going to a break.
We're going to throw it to a quick break. We will be back on the other side of this. 7-5 for Sen City.
I just said that.
Dude, Doug just absolutely owned him, man. What the hell? Even stole his throw to the adverts.
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, let's mute this before I get copyright striked. And let's have a little check on. Okay, we have Morgan with 25, then an anonymous. Thank you so much. Then we have Sliggy Right Sock. So both the socks now. Then we have anonymous with the 50. Thank you for that. We've got Stephen B with the 10. Thank you, Frankie. We've got Jogi with the 25. Steve with the 25. And Nick with the 10 as well. Thank you so much, guys. You chat, you know what to do. Get the W spam going. For all of the donations. Thank you, thank you. What do we reckon? Can I scan this and add the 200 in time? Let me unmute
Let's
this.
talk about the state of Valorant right now. It really, as we look at Americas and we look at all the maps that have been played.
Talk about the state of Valorant.
almost
How long
every
do you think
single
we
map,
got?
And across the board, it all leans pretty heavy attack side. So, given utility, given refreshables, given everything that's been part of the conversation, heavy
Okay, Joe, you
attack
have to
side,
wait.
right? So you expect teams to struggle on defense, but for Evil Geniuses, the lows go beyond
Maximus,
that.
thank you so much
It's
for the
not
tier
like
1
they're
as well.
good
Appreciate the 8
at
months. Thank you, thank you.
But their defense still struggles. They're in the lower third on their defensive win rate. They're going to have to find a way to convert here, Christian.
That is certainly the hope for them.
I want to say it's 2-1 with the pistols. I think that's right.
Now it's just Derek looking towards 5 players.
Could definitely be wrong.
Jet, maybe they have more options to find early picks, but even in this pistol, it's going to be a 5-on-5 retake for them.
Yeah, that gravity well kept them grounded for a little while, but not long enough.
Well,
They've lost
got a lot of map control at the moment. Always going to give them some info, but it's also going to create a lot of pressure for Zelsys.
And that flash on site, like mentioned, EG have a lot
Where's the
more to play
flash? The
for.
flash here to fight Art is nice.
Boy, they are taking their time. I guess concerned about the aggro post plant like they saw in Haven.
Okay, and John, the person who would get his salvos back was over towards defaults. There actually isn't any afterplant util.
But again, this spike has been taking for a little while. You imagine it's going to have to
Oh
happen
my god,
soon.
who needs the util when you're just doing that though? Fair play.
Just as the go button's called, Sentinels erupt.
Had a strong crossfire.
I feel like we just watched a minute and a half of Valorant, but only 2 seconds mattered.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it
in
just
those
felt
2
like an
seconds,
icebox
it's
round, if
narrating
anything.
what Bang both finding
Brassius,
2
thank you so
kills.
much for the 12 months as
Same
well.
exact
Thank you for the
time.
whole year, bro.
Yeah, show me how that happened.
Reloading.
Because it was even a 5v4.
Yeah, because Icy had gotten that pick early on, yeah.
Brutal. And I was going to say, like, for EG, the way you want to start off a half here, you want to win that pistol round, get an outlaw going. You want an operator in the hands of Icy, round 4 at latest.
Especially when it was a competitive first half, right? Like, it's not like you're praying for a miracle comeback. You're still in the fight, and that pistol does not help. I think we've
3 rifles on this one.
EG and their defensive woes.
See if there's
a fair amount. I think
let's see if
for
there's a
Sentinels
chance.
coming into this series,
They got Icy and
when they
Ye
have
over
won
towards B.
series, it's been,
As we can
it's
see,
been
the spike isn't
divine.
there.
Every single series win has gone 3 maps.
they might
Right?
be able
They
to kill the
haven't had a
ghost.
clean 2-0.
Not really
They took
giving
care of
them too
business
much.
the way people would expect them.
Sometimes map 3, like those 100
Dumperlings,
teams, is
thank
like
you so much for the
business,
prime
so
as
it's
well,
always
bro.
that one
Thank you
map
for
that
that.
gets them.
Yeah, and this.
Okay, they hear
for
sound
a team
over
that's
towards
built
B,
to
and they're
win
trying to
games,
clear the original question mark that
you
was over
expect them to
towards
be able
A.
to win the series that they should win in pretty decisive
Also
fashion.
trying to find
so
the
far,
Vice
this
wall.
looks like a turn of form for them.
It's been solid so far. This round, FPX by, letting the pistols go for a little bit of lurk action for finally
Yeah,
finishing
at least
into
kept
Derek
numbers here.
alone on this A site, calling in reinforcements.
Nature will take the upgrade of the
He does
ghost.
have a Marshall.
He's already gotten a kill with it too. Spike planted though.
Okay, this time we had the right
Got a
people in the
lot
right
of damage
positions.
presence.
Yeah, EG need at least
We got
2
delay of the
kills
Thorns
here
over
to
towards
deal
sight.
real damage
We got
heading into the
salvos.
Yeah, John
We got
does
Fade
not
Eye.
have his missiles.
We got Astrosuck.
Just now coming back up. And that should secure the post plant. I mean, any damage, well, okay. Any damage dealt will hurt. But again,
That was
Salvo's
fast.
at the ready.
They wanted
And
they
that
wanted to
should
body
secure
block, but the salvos came in fast.
a couple of feel-good
Yeah,
kills.
very, very nice.
Merrick gets a little bit closer
Keep
to
the
goal.
3 guns
He's now, what, 3
and
picks off?
basically a full buy.
I can count. Yep, that's 3, Doug. And they recover the 3 rifles too. So solid work from Sentinels moving on in here. EG didn't go for any, you know, jet saving shenanigans or stuff like that, so not going to be able to tap into an op early. That's going to be very good news for Sen. Because when you think about this comp, again, the jet compared to the Neon, you have less retake tools in terms of like having the Neon stun to zip back onto a site. You're actually a little bit lighter in the util department. So EG want to bank on, you know, allowing Ye and Icy to get walk-ups, take strong fights, get picks early on, and then have advantage numbers going
Oh
later into the
my
rounds. Are you
god, it's the
joking?
first big buy round.
That wasn't like a wall hack. I threw my haunt moment. He's just killing him through that. without knowing.
As one does. He's up really far up the long.
Second, what are you doing?
I mean, Spike is
Where's
taking
your,
back to spawn,
where's your
but
teammates?
Derek coming alive. Getting another kill on Zelsis. What's the play here for Sentinels? They might just be getting picked apart. They didn't find an advantage really anywhere on the map other than the opener onto Ye.
We'll see how they pivot around John. He wants to call this round. He gets out.
By the skin of his teeth.
Narrate still got the spike in spawn. By John not seizing the gap into connector, it's now harder to accelerate towards A. And if John makes any noise, you're going to be able to hone in on his location, no problem.
I mean, you imagine he's close by. You see the pings on the mini-map, just a little behind. This is big for John. He's got to deliver 8 bullets.
Oh,
Connects on
way.
the first.
You're going to salve at the
Reloads.
same point? Yeah, he is. He knows they're going to play together.
Narrate
Okay,
still has to
that
pull
is
a
the
lot
shot,
off,
though.
and he can't. All on to John now. 1v2. 15
He should
seconds
probably
left, no
fake
choice but
plant to
commit.
try take a duel.
Beautifully played there by Icy, not giving him the fight early on, just let him commit to getting the plane down and then
Oh,
get the
my
easy
goodness.
kill and secure
It's
the
incredible though.
Yeah, Doug,
They
that
probably
was-
should have
that
won
was
it.
no
I don't
problem at
I don't
all.
really
That
know
was
what
easy kill,
second was
yeah.
doing, man. I don't
I mean, you
know
only
what went
ever
on.
wanted- you only
If
need
they
one
were
player to stay
people
alive
following
anyways.
him, then I get
Why'd
it.
you ever ask for
But
any more than that?
Yeah,
That
there
kill
was
at the
that-
start was kind of funny.
He did not think so.
he was just kind of
I think
He
Big X
was just
super
jumping
here,
about
not
on
one,
his
but
own.
2 kills in street.
Yeah.
Right? I think he's been a player that usually more reserved, but when his team is down in numbers, he'll take that active look.
Great
He'll
damage?
take
I mean,
the
yeah,
time,
incredible
he'll go for
damage.
a dry swing.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
Just kinda
3,
got
4.
his team back in
The
round
next
there.
rounds. Actually, kind of 5, right?
Interesting missiles early
1,
on
9
towards
loss
A from
bonus
the
on
attack.
this. Yeah, it's 5 people
To
gone
push
by.
them off of taking the A main space from the defense.
Yeah, because Sentinels, they want to play for the Your ultimate here eventually. They've also got the Tejo, so a lot of good tools to play
Okay,
on.
straight up B hit with the luck.
Yeah, he's up real close.
And so that probably means we have some kind of plan with the
Oh, he
ult,
didn't guess
and
the
it
right
probably
side.
means we have a plan.
Couldn't even TP out because
Okay.
he was suppressed. And
That's
now they're
just
going to
brutal.
accelerate, popping the ult, the dimensional drift through, and the wall goes up, and unfortunately they're
Yeah,
going to have to
and
sit
with the
watch
kill
for
he
a
got
little bit.
ult. And with the plant, they're gonna have fade ult. They just gotta wait for the wall to go down.
EG in a really tough spot to get this retake working.
Ooh,
Ice
they
has
go
got
for
a
the good
dash, try and
plan as
break
well.
out of the choke, but there's so much utility being thrown into this angle.
And
Dude,
they're
there
gonna
is
play for post.
so
Looking to
much
take a
stall
big
on
step
this
back.
plant.
Narrate has his
You're gonna
ult, John has
have
his ult.
salvos.
Of course, Narrate immediately invested.
You're gonna have the Teo ult.
To stall out the
You're
hit.
gonna have an
You
Astra
still have
Suck.
the payload. I mean, you still got
Still got a guy in sight
so
chilling.
much to play around here.
There's just more?
Oh my god, the ult forced them into him.
It's an absolute slaughter. Derek
This is
again
nice,
left in
man.
an
The ult for
unwinnable
delay, but
1vs.
at the same time, you force them over towards elbow.
Sure, it might have cost Sentinels 3 ultimates, but that is just picture perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it forces them down to an eco. It doesn't
I love
matter.
that.
A good understanding of just
using
how
the
important the
ultimates
round
with
is.
only Zekken on site.
Just
Even
throw
Zekken has the
everything.
teleport to jump back
Dude, we
into
had a little
Long.
fade eye on top
So
of this
even
as
in the
well.
event that,
This
you know,
fade
he's
eye
not
is
killing
lovely.
Every single person, like that would have been fine. Zekken gets nothing there, it's no problem because still just the amount of time bought by those 2 ultimates, still having 4 players down long. At that point, Supa's smokes are gone. It just wouldn't
13
even matter.
assists
The
for
plan was too
Narrate.
good.
17 rounds. It's pretty good.
Missiles from the defense. They're not really taking a main. They're just spotting it.
Well, look at their guns, Doug. How are they gonna?
This is the first round they do that though.
Yeah,
Why are these two?
They same
Why are these
approach.
two
They missile at the
beefing so
beginning, but
much,
then
man?
they slowly try to take a main, and sometimes they don't.
It's like this little feint of pressure
Right,
into
yes.
falling back and seeing if that might waste a little bit more of Sentinel's time. Maybe then they can punish on the off angles, Sheriff and Icy's hand. Because that's really all EG are doing right now. They're doubled
Right.
up in street, playing the off angle on
Yeah,
A with,
and as
you know,
we can
Derek
see,
sort of baiting out
clone
Icy in the
would
corner.
take the
Maybe
wall
that's good
out.
for a kill, maybe 2. But not
This
if
is nice from
Sentinels group
Sentinels, right? It's
together.
my kind of favorite
Do another
anti-eco
solid
setup.
hit.
You take a bit of map control, you insert one over towards here with an outlaw, you're just waiting for them
Look
to
at that
try and
damage.
clear the question
But
marks
same
with a
insert-
jump peek.
Yeah, John has missiles
One
coming up in
shot on
3 seconds,
anyone.
so I think he's gonna try and
When you
use
don't
those to
see anyone, you
celebrate
just call them over.
before
If
his
you kill
team
someone, you call
ends
them
up
over.
conveying into B. Maybe he doesn't even need to. Heard some footsteps in.
Fade Eye doesn't get shot, so they know that it's relatively clear.
Spike down, and then he's got the missiles as an extra
You can
layer
definitely
of salt
disrespect
and
that,
post.
surely.
Flash is out, Thorns out, Stars down.
Only
site
2 of
is
them
theirs.
through.
It's going to be the same post plant, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nah, it's a little bit
Playing a
more
little
committed
bit
over towards
closer to
site,
play
so
off of
they gotta
second because they don't have the ultimates.
they gotta commit a bit more than
Still
they did
options
last
to
round.
fall into long, depending on how long EG take here.
If you're
Dude,
Evil
what's
Geniuses,
Nature's plan
you
here? He's
decide
got a
to go for
Bucky.
this. I mean, you kind of wanna
He's
play around
flanking them on
chaos.
long B.
You want to try to inject a little mess into the situation, but I don't think they have the tools to do that.
I think they should try injecting hope before they
Okay.
work on the chaos part.
Well, hope came at the hands of Ye, at least for a little bit. There's no way out. They're just playing for exits.
Yeah, and even then, it's not going to make much of a dent in Sen's econ.
No. There's still a little room for them to play out around as well. I mean, you're trying to get any advantage you can, but even those seem hard to come by.
All right, Doug.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on the hope here. I'm
Okay.
going to work on the hope for EG. Yeah, they're down 5. Yeah, Sentinels only need to win 2 rounds.
Right.
That's what I've got. No, I'm kidding. EG have a few ultimates to play with here, and Icy finally got the operator. Genuinely, we're finally going to see a look where EG can play around, you know, these contact
balls?
agents, right? The jet in the chamber, or the
Because
jet in
EG
the
don't have a
field,
timeout, and there's not
rather.
a chance. They're
want
timing
maybe
out at
find an
11-9 here. Not a chance.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, what?
Doesn't feel like you really believe, Doug.
How have they...
You know, it's
11-9,
it's
sorry,
really not on me to
11-6.
believe or not, to be honest with
Have
you.
they
It's
got
true.
a?
It's
How have they got
unpopular
an
to
extra
believe.
timeout?
Coming in here, it's the last
Or
time
our
she's
maths
got.
off here.
And
Chad,
EG
that's
have
not
a
me having
beautiful
dementia.
retake ultimates.
They use
So
both
this round for
timeouts.
them, it's all about putting Icy in a position where he can take that operator fight. Maybe
They
can fight a
only
little bit
did
more
one.
aggressively for space on some side of that, but genuinely, they could also just play.
Who
more
timed out at
relaxed, kinda
5-6
like how
then?
Sentinels were on their defensive side. Remember, Sen were just using.
Yeah,
ultimates
I
to
can't be
stall
having
out and go
dementia.
for
It's
these
too early.
delayed retakes,
Someone back me
EG
up here.
can try very
That was
similar
Sentinels
things,
one at
at least on
5-6?
this round. The Yoru
Oh.
and the Astra available.
Okay, well then that's all good.
On the other side of the timeout, we'll see what the adjustments are. You mentioned it. and hop on
Why is bro just writing
We'll see where
cooked
these
and
teams
nothing
go.
else, man?
We talked
That's
a little bit about
crazy.
how EG is approaching a main fight. Seems like that's where Icy will be.
He's gonna take the
Okay.
same angle as last round, but he can't
We
really
got
step into the space because John's
5 people that can't buy
using the
next if they
drone
lose it, and
to
that's
clear this
the
one out.
map
That's
and
a
the
little
game
harder
done.
because the invisibility to, you know, break for your teammate.
Bro just hit me with the cooked and nothing else. Oh man.
If you're Zekin.
With the haunt and maybe a flash combo.
Or you fake it.
You
Ooh, I
fake it
like
with that
this
same
though.
combo, yeah.
Okay, so now there's
Fake
a lot
smoke.
of a threat. There's a lot of fake
Fade
pressure
eye
in
goes
right
in,
now.
fake the
The
TP
thing
behind,
is,
so it's
EG now used that
100%
drone and
secured,
it's
question
not
mark.
really gonna see anything, so great call from EG to spot that one out.
But at what cost? Now
Well-
you don't have the drone for a retake if you lose the side, or things like that.
But with drone not seeing the operator here, that is a big win for Evil Geniuses. Now, the loss for EG is that we're not actually going into
That question mark,
Sentinels.
yeah.
They're taking into con through street. And
Dude,
so
he
much
nearly got
pressure now
caught.
goes onto the sole anchor
Dude,
of this
look at the
fight's
map
nature
control.
in what's about to become a 1v5.
This is all they got.
14, all eyes on him. Has to deliver. It's going to have a little bit of
Yeah,
for the delay,
Yoru
and
goes
that's gonna
in, they
hurt.
need to try to get some
Cosmic
info.
Divide not out. Again, he is
And dude,
on
he
an
could
island.
actually... Oh, okay.
They're going to have to push ahead
Gonna
of
say
this
he could
rotation
actually
to
get
come
out
through, but there's really
pretty
only
early
one on
here.
the other side of the wall.
Oh boy,
Send him
Zekin's
some
just
help.
absolutely
Nicely done by
sent
Zekin. He
it.
was left on an island.
30
Second
seconds
Cosmic
left.
Divide now invested. Quartering the map. Once the call for the flood, the flash comes through. Narrate and Zekin
Enemy remaining.
holding the
Ah,
line.
they're just so much better than them.
There's no way through. I mean,
It's not
you're
even
Icy.
close, man.
Maybe you try to save the op? I mean, what else? Oh.
That's the only shot he took this round. EG call a timeout, they bank everything on the op and playing the ults for retake. And yet the op doesn't find a kill because Sentinels call around that operator perfectly, right? They see
6
the money,
chances.
know that is going
6
to be
chances,
picked
no
up
money.
from the other side. So they bait out the art attention,
No
then
rounds.
pivot back into B.
Enemy remaining.
Somehow nature is stuck on backside.
This guy says hurt and he goes forward.
Right. Into the next we go. Ult popped immediately from second. So he's
Yeah,
gonna
what
get a
though?
lot of
4
info
passing on
the
site.
presence Here pops a flash.
That's 3
easy
players.
Spotted. You're absolutely right.
Oh
Oh,
god.
man.
Oh
And he gets
god.
2?
Oh god, dude, someone stop him.
I thought they'd back out, but second.
There's 4 of you on site.
kills
Surely,
and now they can just hells in the metal. Now they can
surely,
dig their
man.
heels in.
Surely someone heard him get out of his ult.
Just like that. We talked about it. We wanted it to be clean from Sentinels, and that's exactly
Jesus.
what it was. A 2-0 win over Evil
Insanely
Geniuses.
dominant. Insanely dominant.
Kaplan, John, Zelsis, they all get their revenge.